Make sure you visit the beautiful town of Peniche at some stage. We love coming back here each year for the MEO Rip Curl Pro Portugal. And we're going to find another quarter-finalist out of these three: Miguel Pupo, Mick Fanning and Gabriel Medina.
He's already done it all, and this young man, Miggy Pupo, holding on, trying to re-qualify. Keep himself on tour, slamming away a couple snaps in the corner here. Throws the big air, doesn't get the completion though.
What a shame. He was definitely sort of looks to be clicking back into the exciting form that we saw him in when he first joined the elite ranks and climbed as high as 19th. Here goes Mick Fanning, driving down the line. He's got some speed. Tries a little alley on the end section, doesn't really click with the ramp.
Here we go.
So this is Gabriel Medina. Doesn't get the opportunity to throw something at us there, so he kicks out. A low-scoring exchange to kick things off here, and priority is going to go with Miguel Pupo. A great opportunity to throw himself right into title contention, especially going into that final event of the season. And it just seems he's more engaged than he has been all year. As we see Miguel, a huge frontside air reverse. Can he hang on to it? He just gets lost somewhere there in the foam, trying to ride clear. I think he was kind of the catalyst for a massive change in the way everyone kind of prepared for their heats. But here we go, Medina up, huge speed float down the line, climbs up on the lip once again. His board flips over. He puts his hands up to protect that head. It's worth a lot of money. Taking off right behind him, Mick Fanning on the backhand, drives up into the lip, drifts that tail free, winds through a nice backhand carve, finding his flow nicely on this one. Just those three moves, no mistakes though. Mick, he has to play his game, and this is his game. Multiple maneuvers, a surgeon-like approach. He can't go to the Medina strategy of hucking himself above the flats.
And just rock solid surfing right there, nothing crazy. A little bit of fins out the back on the first one. The second one, good. The third, just solid. So you're gonna see right here, he kind of throws the fins out the back right here. He goes straight up and then pushes the fins out around the corner there. So pretty textbook for Mick Fanning. Another sweep. And then here's Medina's down the line, speed line float. And then this last one just looked a little dangerous where the board just about flipped up into his face, but he pushed it away with his hands.
Scores in the 6-point range, surfing against the likes of Medina. And Miguel Pupo showing that he can get some height above that lip as well, and he's up at the moment on the backhand now. And he just gets swamped trying to ride out of that final turn.
Here in this round 4.
Fanning's up once again, trying to get rid of a 1.5 here. Just gets that tail above the lip for us once again. Glides through a nice little frontside carve, and chips away at the end section. So, don't think it'll go as high as his left-hander,
but here's Mick's wave. Slammed the first section, nice and clean. Patented wrap back into the corner. And then a quick finish on the inside. Pretty stock standard.
And have a look at this one for Medina. Let's see if he can find some room to move here. Goes to the air, throws the reverse. Bit of a layback on the dance floor there, but he regains control and he'll ride out. So, Fanning up once again. Up into that first section. A better hit, a more committed turn for the first move. Rolling down the line, looking for a good finish now. Trying to generate some speed. Gets to that section. And coming towards him on the left-hander was Miguel Pupo. The boys nearly collide.
If he does alter Mick's wave.
It's a great point. And as we see Medina up once again. So with so much speed out here at the moment, but just not really finding the waves that are allowing him to open up with those big turns that we've seen in the earlier rounds. If they start sticking these moves, then we might see Mick change gears. Here we go, Miguel up again. He's going to go a little safer on this wave just to get something on the board. The wave kind of called for it too.
Never really gave him that section, huh?
Already we've seen Julian Wilson, John Florence and Kanoa Igarashi make the jump past round 5.
There's a replay of Medina. Speed float and a little click. And then Miguel Pupo's wave. Straight up into the corner there. Not a lot of aggression in it. Kind of, you know, back in that 50-60% range of like risk.
Fanning up again, looking for the barrel on this one. Ducks under the lip. He'll find the exit, and he goes to the air, but he's not going to ride out. Just goes a little upside down on that occasion.
The opportunity was definitely there. I love to see that he took the opportunity to get into the air. Ducks under the hood right there, and then boom, grabs. If he could have just gotten those hips back over for the landing, it would have been great to see. There's going to be a great shot from the drone right there, flying really high above the lip line. The opportunity was definitely there. I love to see that he took the opportunity to get into the air. Ducks under the hood right there, and then boom, grabs. If he could have just gotten those hips back over for the landing, it would have been great to see. There's going to be a great shot from the drone right there, flying really high above the lip line.
So still waiting for Medina to click into gear. There was an interference against Miguel Pupo earlier on, so you picked up on that, Strider. He was on the same wave as Mick Fanning when Mick had priority. They got to the end, almost came into contact, and we did mention that in that scenario, Mick surfing towards Miguel. Miguel probably had plenty of time to kick out of that wave, and as a result, it might have thrown Mick's approach to that final move. Not sure. Do you think it affected the scoring potential there?
I don't, and I think that's a tough one to give Miguel Pupo an interference for that.
Well, here he goes. At this point in time, Miguel's going to be struggling to progress out of this heat because it was a priority interference, so he'll lose half. Well, not half, he'll lose a full score.
So I was going to, just let this one play out here. Looks like Gabriel's going to get himself a nice wave.
Loading up with plenty of speed. He's going to drive out onto the open face. Carve through that first section, now go to the lip. And it's a beautiful rotation. He's going to hang on to it and ride out. So that's what he's been looking for throughout this heat. Well,
definitely hard to execute nonetheless. Here we have the replay. So you can see him eyeballing down the line, looking for that first place to launch into, but he gets the speed snap instead. And then finds it again, then bing. Ooh, that was nice, quick, tail high rotation. So
now it's Miguel Pupo. So the surfer with that interference and no chance of taking the win here. Still just enjoying a session and warming up.
To wherever he wants to go, and Miguel came at him, and in a priority situation, you can't be anywhere near the surfer that has priority, and so it's an interference, unfortunately for Miguel.
It was like a game of chicken out there. Those guys heading towards each other, and Mick hung on and got the turn completed. Miguel didn't ride out, and it almost looked like Mick had finished his turn when Miguel fell. But we see Fanning there trying an air reverse. But yeah, if you can just explain that. Did he really interfere with the scoring potential? Does that even matter?
Pretty good barrel riding. Here's Medina down the beach. This is the setup snap to the Air 3. So strong surfing right there from Medina.
And he really pulled it out of the bag in fine form in the dying stages, as we see Fanning up once again now, chasing a 7.8 on this ride.
Yeah, I agree with you. With John, actually, with the sweep of the wave going on the rights, you get a lot more distance out of your ride.
Well, here we go. Miguel just looking for a bit of cover there. He wears that lip in the head to add insult. This is the one that Medina used to propel him forward. So that was the 6.8 for Medina, that little backhand hit to float, and then this was the big one, the 7.67. So there is higher scoring numbers at this point in time.
Well, the air was amazing, and I thought that was definitely a great score.
The bottom side of the draw is really anybody's. Medina wants to make that jump, stay on track with John Florence, because falling out of the mix here in the ninth round will certainly spell the end of his title hopes for 2017.
Perfect little barrel that he got, going excellent.
Just under 5 minutes, and Miguel picks off a nice wave down the beach. Just enjoying a free surf really at the moment. The results are certainty for him. He's going to finish in third spot. Fanning up, chasing down that 7.8. On a different board now. Trying to whip a reverse on the end section. Can't quite bring it around.
I feel like Mick's just getting a feel for that board as much as he can.
Then their rating. Mick Fanning is one of them. He's got the 9th highest heat score average as we go to the lineup now and see Miguel Pupo trying to just put together a couple of waves and I think build a bit of momentum going into round 5, which is going to go down this afternoon. But
see these guys perform at the highest level.
So Medina on a bit of a victory lap here. Plants a little float. He's going to kick out though. 25 seconds to go. Will Fanning get an opportunity outside? It looks like he will. Having a look at this one. Puts his head down. He's going to go. A 7.8 required. He loads up. He's going to take to the sky and almost goes into a double rotation, but not quite. Well, Gabriel Medina is through to the quarterfinals and right in line with the other title rivals, Julian Wilson and John Florence. Mick Fanning will take on Federico Moraes.